Good afternoon. My name is Elaine Manzer. I'm the Mayor of the Town of Peace River, and I'd like to update you on our latest Governance and Priorities meeting, which happened this past Monday. We discussed a lot of things. Our meeting lasted for 5.5 hours. So, one of the items we discussed was our change in our tangible capital assets policy. Basically, admin is recommending that some of the items classified as capital not be, because they're too small of amount of money, and also that some of the time periods for the amortization of some of the capital items be changed. So this will be brought back to another regular council meeting for decision. Another item that we discussed was the purchasing policy, and again, admin wanted some input on whether the policy should be changed. So basically, Council decided that they would like a little more time to review the policy, and it will be brought back to us at another meeting as well. Part of what we would like to look at in terms of the purchasing policy is ensuring that as much as possible local businesses are able to bid on things that town wants to purchase. And we have to follow provincial regulations, federal regulations, but we just want to make sure that we're doing the best we can for our local businesses to have opportunity to participate in town construction projects, whatever they might be, even selling things to the town. A third item that we also reviewed, we are looking at the procedural bylaw, which is the bylaw under which town meetings and both of council and of town committees operate. So it hasn't been reviewed for a while. There have been major changes to the Municipal Government Act, which are reflected in this procedural bylaw. So some of the things we're looking at is, public engagement in the meetings, how long that can be. We might be changing some of those rules. We might be the types of meetings that we can have, sort of thing. Hearings, there's some changes upcoming in those. So I would invite anyone who would like to look at the draft to, go to the town website and have a good look at it. It's under the Civic Web portal. So another topic that we discussed, and we'll come back to council later, is the budget time frame for the 2026 budget. So next fall we will be having a municipal election, which changes some of the budget guidelines, so the new council will have opportunity for input. However, we do hope that the interim capital and operating budgets will be decided by December 31 of 2025, mainly so that tenders can start early in January rather than late May or something like that, which just delays projects for the whole year. So we'll look forward to that, and new council will be making decisions on those aspects, but there will be preparation ahead of that so that they have that information in front of them. So one of our directors, Daniel Kress, the Director of Protective Services, also brought a briefing note on what different levels of protective services are responsible for. So for instance, he talked about RCMP, how they're responsible for both federal, provincial, and municipal types of laws, and they have different responsibilities and different things they can do depending on the situation, including with criminal activities. Then we have the community peace officers, which have certain responsibilities, but just within the municipality. The same thing for our bylaw officers. They have responsibilities within our town, and they're looking for things that basically things that affect the looks of the town, sometimes other things such as noise, for instance. And the other one that we had a brief review on was the new group, the Citizens on Patrol, which basically will be able to act as an extra eye for the police in particular, but they will be out observing things, and if they see things happening, they report to the RCMP, who deals with it under their mandate. Sheriffs come into this as well, and they're sort of between the RCMP and our CPO, our Community Peace Officers, and they have responsibilities provincially, basically, and some traffic, of course, which is all over the province. So if you would like more details on that, please go to the agenda, and there's quite a clear list of what each can do and under what acts they're acting upon. Another director, Tanya Bell, Director of Community Services, brought us a briefing note on an opportunity from Northern Sunrise County. They are giving Peace River a handy bus if it wishes. They're getting a new one, and so they thought maybe Peace River would have a use for this one. So Community Services Committee also reviewed and discussed the matter at length. We're comparing handy bus type operation to the taxi pass operation. Now, unfortunately, there's not a one-to-one equalization between the users of the handy bus and the users of the taxi pass. There's also time limits on the handy bus. It would likely only operate couple days a week, perhaps. Taxis are available 24 hours a day. Handy bus might be more accessible for certain people. Taxis, depending upon the taxi, may or may not be. Ultimately, the council recommended that we write a letter of thanks to Northern Sunrise County and accept the accept the briefing note for information at this time. So, as you are aware, there is a proposal for a nuclear power plant to be built within 30 kilometers of Peace River. So, Energy Alberta is going through the steps, and they have submitted their initial design plan to the Impact Assessment Agency of Canada. That agency, in turn, then asks for submissions as to the impacts of that plan, or possible impacts or questions. So Town Council is going to be sending a submission, and councillors have until Monday, the next council meeting, to get their suggestions in as to questions they would like to see brought forth, just what they would like to say the letter to do. It has to be in by May 14th, and we're intending to meet that deadline. It's May 14th, 10 p.m., so we have all day, I guess, to do it. And anyone else that wants to go to the IAC site and see the project and look at the plan also can take the opportunity to submit their comments as well. And it's all within that site. Council was also brought a briefing note on a possible curfew bylaw. We have obtained legal advice on this and are told that it would probably be impossible to enforce. We are looking for ways in order to deal with vagrancy and other such things happening in town, but with the legal advice, we basically accepted the briefing note for information and just will continue to look at other ways and means of dealing with some of the problems that seem to be occurring in downtown Peace River and other areas of Peace River as well. Other things that have gone on this week, on behalf of the town and council, I attended the 80th anniversary celebration of the Victory in Europe Day. The Legion and the Air Cadets put on a ceremony this past Thursday at the Provincial Building, and we thank them for doing that, and hopefully people are thinking about that 80th anniversary and what led up to the 80th anniversary, what started the wars, and so on. So please thank a Legion member, a cadet, for recognizing that and taking the time to put on the ceremony. This week was Health and Safety Week, and I'm sure some of your employers were recognizing that and you were participating in various events. The town of Peace River, for instance, had its employees all through the week, different courses, different bits of information were being spread amongst employees. You know, they were asked to think about their health and safety. And we also had a day-long program on Thursday where we had a speaker for professional development and other courses in the afternoon. So we hope that staff enjoyed that. We hope that other employers also took the opportunity to thank their staff for the work that they do in a very safe and healthy manner. And next week, May seems to have a lot of weeks of celebration, but next week will be Celebrate a Nurse Week. So if you come upon a nurse or a person who has served as a nurse at any time, you know, thank them for their work and their compassion in dealing with their patients when they have them. And lastly, this weekend brings us Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and I'm hoping that your children and families will treat you very well on that day.